Tonight, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's a special prime-time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's the scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Dallas Cowboys. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now Dak Prescott leading the way onto the field. His fifth year now as a starter as he gets the keys again to this Dallas Cowboys offense.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. First carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
The Cowboy ball carrier.
The numbers for Zeke from last week. 20 carries, 92 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
On second down now, it's Elliott, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
He's brought down.
Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
At the 39-yard line.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
To CD Lamb.
Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10. And blitz coming, and down he goes. Patrick Queen coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Prescott gets this to the tight end, Jarwin. Then he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Jarwin.
Here comes the 7th play in this opening drive. They moved it well, but here's 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete.
Prescott's pass.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
Now we get our first peek at the Ravens offense, and at the helm, of course, the most valuable player of the NFL in 2019, Lamar Jackson.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
And they got the win, so I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
On second down, it's Ingram looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. From the gun, Jackson. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. And it's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Their own 29-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a 1st down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. 1st down, Dallas.
Draw play, Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 46-yard line.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And it's intercepted.
Marcus
picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters.
Prescott.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
He got position on him, and he pulls it in. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give him 17 on that pickup. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 2nd touchdown on the season. Now the Ravens have taken the early lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score.
Cowboys nothing. Justin Tucker.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Dak and the Cowboys ready for their next possession. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Complete to Blake Jarwin. 5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the 1st quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. #3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the #1 seed so you get that 1st-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way. Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Jackson on the keeper.
And the end result of that play, you're almost not sure what you really want, because when he gets outside of the pocket, you actually hold your breath because you think he's going to run for big yardage. But when he chose to pull it down and throw it, and a play was made to knock it away, that's a pretty good end result. Not one you expected when the play began.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. The give is to Elliott. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up third downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guaranteeing you, it started in the offseason. Third down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
He was down.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and a yard.
On second down now. It's Elliott, and no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Cowboys on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Again to Elliott. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
At their own 13.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try to play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man.
At the 17-yard line.
On second down, Ingram. 11 yards there, first down.
And you know he wants to make the most of every carry because he competes with his quarterback. Lamar Jackson, 4 carries and yardage. But Mark Ingram, over 1,000 yards last season. And then the Ravens went out and drafted J.K. Dobbins out of Ohio State in the 2nd round. So now the Ravens potentially have 2 guys.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They had it 1st and goal. 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep route, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. CeeDee Lamb is intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Touchdown, Ravens.
And on that one with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Now Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. Flushed out right. He'll run it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Elliott. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Prescott now from the 50. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 22-yard line. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
He did spend 1 year. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Number 13.
Michael Gallup, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. The ball switches back over to Mark Ingram and the Ravens. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target. Third down here. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
At their own 40.
1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So the 14 yards actually takes them from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Defense.
Trying to cover Cooper there a little too closely.
And he's such a tough cover because he runs his route so well. Hard to stay with him and hard to figure out exactly where the break points are. And in this case, he created another pass interference call.
And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
The return. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Mark Andrews, a first-time Pro Bowler, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. That'll be taken about a yard deep, and more. He's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Now a handoff to Ingram. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On second down, it's Ingram, and he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. 3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends, and he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. And now Jackson will look to throw it. He's going deep for Brown. It's caught at the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 39 yards there. A big one.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
They'll run here with Edwards. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
The tackle made by Jalen Smith.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
At the 6-yard line.
Again, it'll be Edwards. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Tackle made by Clay.
2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. As the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker now for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it's Mark Ingram who caps it off with a touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken in the end zone. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. But now it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Being chased out left. He finds an opening past the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So, in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Prescott from the gun. Forced out to his left. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. First down carry by Elliott. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Jay Smith, the one who brought him down. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4. At the Ravens.
Again, it's Elliott. And they'll get this down to the 10. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Chuck Clark on
what makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Down at the 8-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Ball carrier.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Gain of 4. And it's 3rd.
First try for the right arm of Dalton here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Blake Jarwin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own.
And we shift our attention to Mark Ingram. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll run with a rookie second-rounder. It's J.K. Dobbins. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Let's go, team. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Offense.
So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Down at the 30-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Back now in Baltimore. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it. I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. Tucker's kick is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, Those will be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Dalton and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line.
And from the shotgun, he'll throw.
This to Jarwin. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
At the 35-yard line.
Andy Dalton. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Matthew Judon in there to take him down.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks